There are several reasons why I think Christians should pursue an academic career. Of course, assuming that's what God is calling them to do. Lives are transformed in the classroom. We found in a study that more than 90% of all world leaders are trained in institutions of higher education. So when you walk down the hallway of a university or a seminary classroom building and look in the rooms, what you see is not very impressive. The lecturer is talking. The students are, some of them are listening. Some may be sleeping. Some working on their laptops, probably checking their emails. It wouldn't seem like a work of God is occurring because a classroom lacks the warmth of a home Bible study. It lacks the excitement of a Christian rock concert. It lacks the thrill of an evangelistic crusade. It lacks the results of a sidewalk witnessing blitz. It lacks all of those. But make no mistake, lives are being changed in that classroom. Because as students learn, their perspective changes. And in fact, one study in the United States showing freshmen who were professing Christianity when they came as their first year in the university, 50% of them no longer were following Christ 4 years later. What does that tell us? Well, it says university works for better or, in this case, for worse. So universities have always been centers for reformation or revolution. A number of our reformations have come from universities. Leaders like John Wycliffe, John Huss, Martin Luther, John Wesley were all professors. So their revival and Reformation movement sprang out of the university. But tragically, many revolutions have come out of the university as well. So cults and fascists and communists and all sorts of weird beliefs have focused for centuries on universities. In fact, Muslims are investing hundreds of millions of dollars establishing Islamic study centers in universities all around the world, including all across Europe here, as well as in the United States. Why are they doing this? Because they know that what students hear and learn will alter their perspective, will change their worldview. So, one reason Christians should seriously consider an academic career is because lives are transformed in the classroom. Especially in the university, the gatekeepers of a culture are trained in that university. Whether they're going to be following God or following the philosophies of the world, they will be shaped. And that's because ideas have consequences. So sometimes in the church, we don't really view education as having that much value. Oh, well, education, that's not spiritual. The only things that really matter, and some people are saying this, the only things that really matter are evangelism, church planting, and preaching. Now, those are all godly callings that we desperately need. But meanwhile, we're missing a whole field of mission in the university if we neglect those with an academic calling. Ideas have consequences. So the idea of atheism, that's an idea that has consequences. Fascism, that's an idea that has consequences. Deconstructionism, that the author doesn't determine the meaning of a text, that the reader determines it. I was reading a book by an atheist just yesterday. Alex Rosenberg is a leading atheist, and he wrote this book, The Atheist's Guide to Reality. And he says that physics is the total sum of reality. If you can't prove something scientifically, it's not true. That's an idea, and it has consequences. So as followers of Jesus, we need to be in the university articulating a Christian worldview, both for other faculty members as well as for students. So I do pray that many believers who have this drawing, this gifting that God has placed in them, would consider a calling to the academy.